state-of-the-art.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Triple Six coming at you with another comic book haul video. So I want to get things started. I went to Half Price Books, and I think I'll start off by showing these. I picked up Aquaman number 57. Nothing spectacular about this. I just like the cover. This is that DC Universe Blue Beetle number 1. Since we got Namor coming, I grabbed this Namor number 1. This was a cover buy for me. Supergirl being Super number 1, book 1. Some more finds for that Ariana run. This is Ariana number 2, Heart of the Spider, and number 7. Found some Milk and Cheese, the 3rd number 1. How about some Milk and Cheese, number 666? And Milk and Cheese, the 4th number 1. We got Vixen Return of the Lion number 2, just some Middleton goodness. And this was definitely just a cover buy for me. This is X-Men Red number 6. I believe this character's name is Gentle. Everybody confused him at first on that Black Panther number 3. Thought this was Tosin on the cover, but it was actually this character here. Just a cover buy, never seen it before. We've got Transformers number 4, Saga of the Allspark. And since we know we got that King the Conqueror stuff coming up, just found a Captain America Part 1, the annual Citizen Kang. And for all those who checked out my Down the Rabbit Hole of Speculation, you've seen these before. I found this also at Half Price Books. By the way, for everybody that checked that out, made it through to the end, I know that was a long video, man. I really appreciate you. Thanks for checking a brother out. But anyway, like I said, I found these, so why not? We've got Avengers number 13, the first appearance of Lord Templar, and Avengers number 14, the first appearance of Pagan. I know there's something to this. Do your own research, but we've got Avengers. What is this? The new Avengers number 2. And you guys have seen me show this many, many times. Just keep finding it. We got Alpha Flight number 14. This caught some heat many months ago. It definitely isn't doing anything now since DC canned that Batgirl movie. I believe the Supergirl or Superwoman, whatever you want to call her. She was going to be in that. Her first appearance was in this book right here. We've got Superman #1. And I've shown this before. This is the cameo and first appearance of this character right here. This is Green Arrow #13. As I've said before, I'm not pronouncing this guy's name. You guys go and do your research, check it out. But I keep finding it, so I just keep picking it up. And at $1.50, can't beat it. We've got Elektra. This is actually Daredevil #176, featuring Daredevil. I believe this is the first appearance of Stick. Maybe the Hand. I think it's Stick. Anyway, this is the Toy Biz reprint, I believe. We've got X-Force #1, the bagged, polybagged. Doesn't have the Deadpool card, but I mean, for $1.50, I'll pick them up. Found another copy of this. This was hot when it first came out. We've got Batman Beyond the White Knight. This is the first print. I remember when this came out, man, they were hard to find. They were short printed or something happened at the printer. I can't remember. Anyway, we've got Rise of the Midnight Suns, Ghost Rider #31. I believe they are touting this, or everybody's saying this is the first full appearance of the Midnight Suns. I forget the spec on this, but I finally found one. I always kept it in my mental Rolodex. This is the Avengers Prelude #2. We've got Christar, the Crystal Warrior #8. This is a popular book because Danzig homaged this cover, or at least homaged this symbol on the cover. So whenever I find it, whenever I see it out in the wild, I'll pick it up. We've got Dr. Fate what is this? #1. The first appearance of this new this character, this guy that's the new Dr. Fate. Everybody keeps thinking he's going to show up. We'll see. Man, I remember when I couldn't find this book anywhere, and now they're finally starting to pop up. We've got Rage of the Lanterns, #1 from Final Crisis. You know, sometimes, let me set this down. When I go to half price books, it's a hit or miss, and I be going through them, and sometimes it's like, man, I'm not gonna find anything. And you know, you just you gotta stick with it, keep digging. And I came across this. We've got Lara Croft, Tomb Raider #46. Just a dope Adam Hughes cover. I was glad to find it. Like I said, it wasn't really anything monumental when I was digging through it. I was just picking up a few things here and there, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not gonna find a lot. And then I ran across this. We've got Haunted Mansion #6. So when I first saw it, you know, I kept looking at it. I was like, I think there's something to this, but I don't remember. And at first I was thinking, but I was like, nah, just go ahead and grab it. You can look it up later, and I'm glad I did. Go look at what people are asking for this on eBay. So this was a dope find right here. Like I said, this is Haunted Mansions #6, and to pull it for $1.50, man, you can't beat that. Let me grab my next stack. So that was it for the half price books. Now just some books I'm picking up from like the LCSs, and I think I might have a couple of online pickups. But let's get started with some. Let's get started with some facsimiles. I'm still finding these. This is that giant size Defenders #3. This is the first appearance of Korvac. I also grabbed a Fantastic Four King Size Special number 6. First appearance of Franklin Richards. And I believe that's a Nihilus on the cover. We all know what this is. Would love to find a first print of this, but this is X-Men number 4, the first appearance of the Brotherhood of the Evil Mutants. And we all know this goodness here, the Uncanny X-Men number 266. First appearance of Gambit. Debatable, but you know, it is what it is. Just a cover by for me. This is Black Panther number 21, a battle between T'Challa and the Submariner. I think I'm one book away from having the complete run of Riri Williams' Ironheart. This is number 3. I also found number 4. As well as issue number 2. Like I said, I think I'm one book away and I'll have the complete run of this. Been picking up Jeff DeCall covers whenever I run across them. This is Iron Fist number 1 and number 2. I also picked up the Uncanny Inhumans number 1. Journey into Mystery number 647. We know we've got Elsa Bloodstone now coming to the MCU. The market is in a strange place right now. You know, the economy is kind of in the dumps. Nobody likes that R word, but recession is looming. Inflation is high. This is just where we're at. So this is definitely a great time to be out buying if you've got the money. If a lot of people are dumping, we've got the holidays coming up, so I get it. But I said that because her first appearance, man, a lot of people are talking. They're surprised that it's not trending, especially after that preview that we got from, was it Disney? The D23, where they showed a preview for Werewolf by Night. Elsa Bloodstone is going to show up in that. Anyway, this is number 3. Just we've got Elsa on the cover, but this is the book, and I keep finding it. This is that Jessica Jones Blind Spot number 3. Just a cover that a lot of people are saying are hard to find. I think this is the cover A, probably the cover B or C. Let me see, number 3, 2. Yeah, this is cover B. They've been showing up, man. So whenever I see them, I definitely pick them up. I got 3 more copies that I can add to the list. I'm still finding this at cover price. We've got Wonder Woman, Future State, number 1, as well as the Jenny Frizen. I thought this was a cool pickup. There was some option news on this many moons ago. We haven't heard anything since, but this is just one of those Mark Millar possibilities. I found 2 copies of this. Cover price, Nemesis number 1. This one at first came out, caught a little heat, but there doesn't seem to be much interest in it. So if you can find them at cover price or dollar bins, I still think these are a great pickup. This is that Iron Man number 17, the Sway variant. Just a nice cover with Riri Williams on it. Speaking of cover buys, I can't say it enough. Deadly Class is getting ready to end. The final issue came up on FOC a couple of weeks ago, I believe. So A lot of these dope covers that came up in this run, they're becoming harder and harder to find. This would definitely be something I would look at, man. If you guys run across them, especially for a good price, pick them up. No telling what they'll do in the future, but I got two of these, and I cover every time I see it, I will pick it up. This is that free special preview edition, the girl with the dragon tattoo. I showed this in one of my early videos. I just think this is a beautiful cover. Every time I see it, I'm grabbing it. Speaking of a dope cover buy, I ran into some Storm. Just like that, Stephanie Hans. I ran into some Stephanie Hans variants. This is Storm number 8. Like I said, Stephanie Hans. I found 2 copies of that. 2 copies of number 9. As well as 2 copies of number 10. I don't know if these were short printed or not, but I've heard some people say these are kind of hard to find. As well as I found the 1 in 25 for number 2. Nice pickups. Just nice pickups. Keeping it moving. We're just about at the end of the video. We've got Once in Future number 25. This is the 1 in 25. I believe this is a John Boy Myers. Just a beautiful cover, man. I've spoke on Once in Future 2. This series is also coming to an end. I think the final book for this was on the last FOC or the week before last. But if you're not on this story, man, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, like I said, that's the 1 in 25 John Boy Myers. I don't know if I've shown this before or not, but I'm going to show it again. Just a dope cover. Also, this is issue number 26, Once in Future, the 1 in 10, and the 1 in 25. I thought this was a cool fun. This is Weird World number 1. I believe this is also a 1 in 25. Just some early Jenny Frison. And not only did I find 1, I got 2. So I thought that was a dope little pickup. And the last couple of things that I want to show. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me grab this stuff. So check it out. I know that Todd McFarlane came out with a new action figure line. And when I first saw it, I was like, is that a comic book behind it? But it wasn't. It was just the cover printed on, cardboard or whatever it was, just backing with the cover. So when I first saw this, I just walked past it. It had been in my LCS for a couple of weeks, and I just thought it was another image printed of the cover. And I was talking to the owner of the LCS, and I was like, yeah, it's too bad that those action figures that McFarlane came out with didn't have the actual comic book, because there was one with the famous, what was it, the famous DC Todd McFarlane early Batman cover. What issue is that? Hold on. So what first got me looking at it, like I said, Todd McFarlane was coming out with I think it was like an action figure with Batman, and it had that print of his famous DC Batman 423. And I was like, man, I'd like to pick that up. But when I found out that it wasn't a comic book, I'm like, I'm not getting that. But this, when I was talking to my guy at the LCS store, he was like, no, that's the actual comic book for 608. They reprinted that. I was like, what? Well, let me go ahead and get that. So, if you see these page punchers, This is definitely comes from McFarlane Toys as well. I want to pick it up. So I got 608. As well as that Black Adam goodness. Number, what is it? Issue one, the Winter Endless Winter Special. Who did the cover on that? Boss Logic. I can't talk this afternoon. Boss Logic. And I've got a couple covers of this Endless Winter when it came out, but just love the cover and was glad to see this with a action figure. So like I said, if you guys see these out, might be worth picking up. Okay, with this right here, let me give a shout out again to my boy Sequential Geek. Hey, dude, I'm about halfway into this. Right on. It's been really nice reading about Jack Kirby. I'm about halfway through. Just I had no idea. This dude is very interesting, man. It was interesting to hear about the early beginnings and the things that he was going through in order to get started. Uh, just putting in work. I really found it funny when he first met Stanley. As a young kid, not Stan Lee, but Stanley, who later changed his name to Stan Lee. I had no idea. That was dope. But anyway, I've been looking at Kirby, man. But since I've been reading his history, his origin, I've definitely started looking at some other things, been doing some research. I'm sure you guys have seen me show some of Kirby's stuff before, but it was kind of funny when you sent me this. I had already picked this up. Let me take it out the bag. I just grabbed this. Got it on the cheap. This is 2001: A Space Odyssey. And the reason why I grabbed this, if you guys remember, or if you checked out my video where I showed my Submariner and some She-Hulk, and in that, I had the music going and all that, just was having fun, just a fun video. But at the beginning of that, I put a clip of 2001 with the ape. It just kind of got me looking. I said, man, let me go get that first 2001 print in comics, and this is what I got. I picked up like I said, just cheap. I think like 20 some dollars. I picked up an 8.5. Just a dope Jack Kirby cover and story. And the last couple of things that I want to show, check this out. We've got Spider-Man and Red Sonja. I was glad to pick this little run up. This is done by the cover art is by Michael Turner. I mean, just some beautiful artwork, and I had wanted this for a while. This is issue number one, issue number two, three, four, and for this cover right here, man, I've been looking at this for a long time. Just love this cover right here. This is issue number five. Just a dope cover with Spider-Man and Red Sonja. But you find out that that's not actually Red Sonja. I read the story, just was into it. Just a real interesting read. We've got what's his name? Hang on. We've got it's a weird name. Kulan Gath in this story, and you find out that what read it for yourself, but he ends up stealing the symbiote from Eddie Brock, and it's just a crazy story, but I enjoyed it, and I had to, like I said, I had to find out, or I was curious after I read this what his first appearance was, and this is a book that I'd wanted for a while. Finally got it. I would say this is probably about a 5.0, maybe a 6. But we've got Conan the Barbarian, number 14. This is also the first appearance of Elric, The first time we see the sword called Stormbringer, but this is also the first appearance of Conan Gath. So, I know it's been a minute, probably about what, 3 weeks, but after after that my down the rabbit hole video, that was a lot of work. I needed a break, so I stepped back for a minute, but I'm back. So I'm gonna try and get back into the flow. So I definitely want to get a haul video out. So with that, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that's hanging with me, checking me out. I really do. So with that, until next time, this is your boy 666. I'm out.